Hey everyone, it's Monday. The panel are in another live stream at the minute, M4H1. They haven't finished yet. Yeah, so you're stuck with us two for now.
Yeah, I apologise if you can hear my printer in the background.
Don't worry about it. Just sounds like a slightly squeaky chair.
My chair's squeaky anyway, so you sure that's not just my chair?
Well, quite possibly. How are you anyway, Modest?
I'm okay.
Good.
Busy
Doing any
weekend.
modelling this weekend? Ooh.
No, I've been at the bench since the last stream.
That's a shame.
You got anything done?
I've done a bit of painting on the fire engine, yeah.
Nice.
And done 1.5 of the tracks on the half track.
1.5.
Yeah, and I've caught up on the Model T now, so all I got to do is do put like a dust sand over it, just to make it look a bit dusty and deserty. So yeah, it's been busy. And then this morning, got up, took the wife to doctor's for an appointment, then went shopping, and then went down to the car shop, bought some car cleaning stuff, and hand washed my car, and then came and sat in here waiting for this to start. Yeah. And I had a couple of cups of coffee. So let's go through the chat whilst we're waiting for them, because they're still talking on there. I'm just watching it now. June says, second morning all in chat and on the panel. Yeah, D2 was first today, or last night rather. Wow. Ian says, hi, good morning all. I like how you've put the start time on a thumbnail, as sometimes the notification banner obscures itself with the notify me button. Yeah, the Monday and the Tuesday live streams always have the time on. Really should do it for the Thursday and Friday ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to create new thumbnails because we start new builds next week as well, on a Thursday and Friday. And nobody knows what they are.
Well, I
David
do.
Says, well, yeah, you do. They've just finished now, so they'll be heading over.
Yay.
Yeah, you do so. But shh, don't tell anyone. David says, morning, Julian and Ian.
My lips are sealed.
Ooh, I said, morning, everyone. David said, morning. I said, how are you doing this hot and humid day? David said, all good. They were a little cloudy and cool today in the Rhondda. Yes, it was sunny. It's gone a bit cloudy now. And he says, just watch Gary's Monday Matters and the unboxing.
Still nice and sunny there. With a bit of a breeze.
Where in Wales we have 4 seasons today. It's gone sunny again now. David just watched Gary's Monday Matters and the unboxing of his number 8 Matchbox challenge, and wow, a nice kit. Pocket money did not stretch that to that when I was younger. Junior says, hi, Ian, David, boss. Yep, and the boss is supervisor. Duke says, good day, all you beautiful people.
Hello, Duke.
Hello, Duke. June says, good day, Duke. Still not been to spec savers then. Matthew says, hi, all. Hello. Duke, I have to make an appointment very soon, Julian. Ha 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 ha. David, good day, Duke and Matthew. Duke, I might have to make it a competition to see who gets the first, Julian. Oops, I mentioned competition again. Funny enough, Odd was talking about banning that word.
Yeah.
Oh, look who's finally decided to join us.
Hello.
Mr. I Take My Time.
I was on another live stream, I'm sorry.
I know, I was watching. I was your only viewer.
Oh, what a surprise. That's a way of things.
Dieter says, hey, all in good fun, Duke. He says, still working from home and will remain so for the rest of the week, probably next week too. Fighting 5 mods is not easy when having to deliver. But on the other hand, now I can dose some more. Yeah. Not nice. Duke says, always Hagrid. I always do things for fun, not to annoy Mikey at all. He loves calling me a git. Yeah, that's true. Joe says, good morning, afternoon all. Yes, some very high-priced models in Gary stuff today. I have to stick to my budget.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
beautiful stuff.
Julian, what competition? When does it start? Nobody's mentioned it. Mikey, you still need to design that git sticker. I'm just going to put your face on a sticker, Julian.
Yeah.
Dave says, laugh out loud, Duke. Julian says, morning, Joe. Dieter, adding comment competition post to the bingo options. Joe says, morning, Mr. Hall. Duke says, Joe, can't you afford 300 euros? Ha 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 ha. Julian says, is YouTube having a wobbly or has everyone's countdown changed to 13 minutes? Probably does that when you go past the time.
Oh, it's just
No, it just says wait. It always says waiting for.
I blame shrinkflation.
Yeah. Duke says, good one, Hagrid. My bingo card has 8 gits on it. Ha ha ha. Joe says, 300 euros. Yes, I can if I don't eat for a month, but I love to eat.
Good answer.
You and me both. Julian says, laugh out loud, Hagrid. There needs to be a git square too. Hobby Time says, hi guys.
Oh, damn.
Dieter says, git is already on the options. Dieter, git is over. David says, morning, Mikey and Tiff. Hello. Dieter says, saw a dentist last Saturday and totally forgot to take photos as I was being talked to all the time. By the time I got to the dentist, off she was. Drat. Oh, it's a shame. Sure, it was a Denise if it was a female. Junior says, Joe, you could spread the budget if you just buy one kit every few months. Yeah, one kit was 300 euros. That's the point.
Oh, yeah.
Dieter, funny that I will do a Krankenpanzerwagen too now for my neighbor. Yeah. Doing the grey one, I think. He says, no building, a bright green F-16.
Oh.
Ian says it's 349 euros for that Red Pill 132 Phantom. Wow.
Wow.
Jim says, hello and happy Monday to all. Hello, Jim.
Hello, Jim.
Hi.
Modders is falling asleep. John, you're boring us, apparently.
You have my attention.
He says, hey, Jim, and all who said hello to me. Hello, Ian.
Hello.
Dave says, g'day, John.
G'day.
Jim says, greetings, Ian, and to all the usual suspects in the chat. Hello. And our gracious hosts on screen. Hello. Dieter, I asked the organization for data on the dentist, so I might get some photos still. Nice. Julian says, morning, Jim, striped skunk. In Welsh. Skunk stripe
How you didn't actually read it in Welsh.
Skunk stripe yog.
Bless you.
Yeah, I think sometimes he makes the words up. Dieter says, greetings, anti-Modmin, Uncle Dragon, and anti-Aussie. Love you, John.
Yeah.
So, what are you working on today, John?
All right. So I've got.
Oh.
Okay. So what I've just finished is the masking of the SE5A. This is the Edward 148 scale Royal Aircraft Factory SE5A. So as you see, it's got so much tape on it. So all that there. So I've covered over what will remain green and I'll spray a sand, dark yellow, all over that, and then I have a red brown to go over the bits in between, and I reckon that'll just be brush applied, because I'm not gonna be able to get in there. So that'll do. So that'll be happening shortly. It's taken a while. Yeah, but I think I've just finally done it just now. So I think I'm good to go. Double checking. I think the rudder. Yeah, I'll do the rudder half in brown as well. Yeah, top half in brown.
Yeah.
That'll do it. Yeah, just because it's
Lovely.
It's got bits of gack underneath and bits of colour, and it's like they've distempered the flash on the tail. If you saw it.
Is it light brown or dark yellow?
They're saying dark yellow and a
there
red
we go.
one. But see, I'm just going to
Hello,
follow.
Maleficent.
Hello. His mic is working. Oh, his mic is working! Hooray! Oh no, the speaker's stuffed out during the last stream, so we couldn't have a conversation with him. Yeah. So anyway, this is all. Apart from that, it's all good to go. It's all masked up, as I say. Ready, make it brown. I'll cover over the rocket.
Do you keep farting off of it, John?
No, it was me. That's my airbrush noise. And doing a Dauntless. This is an old terrible kit. This is a Tester's SBD Dauntless in 70-second scale. And these are the instructions. Step 1 and step 2. So there's not much to it, but that's coming along. It's just in primer at the moment. Need to reprimer it because I forgot to do the horizontal stabs, but I'll get around to that. That's got to be done for next weekend for the our club meet. But that'll be done. The pilots are in there. I'm not going to unmask them, but they're painted up as well as they could be.
They're all coming in.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, shut up. Go to somebody else.
No, keep talking. My coffee on.
We'll go to Mal now. How are you, Mal?
I'm good. I'm intrigued to know what they wanted to chat about, because I thought it was quiet.
It was quiet. Yeah.
But yeah, I've been mainly working on the bungalow, getting it ready for sale. So not a lot of modelling, but I have all but finished this.
Ooh, let's have a look.
Oh yeah.
If you can...
Oh, nice.
So it was held up because I painted the spinner once and it wasn't very good, so I stripped it and redid it. It's not showing up very well with my lighting. I have not got. Let me try putting on
Switching the lights on.
Yeah, well, I normally have them on, but it seemed all right.
Try not showing it. Looks like Mal's in a dungeon.
What? Can't hear you.
So it looks like you're in a dungeon with all dark.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right, yeah, it is a bit better like that. The thing is, I earlier on lost a tail wheel.
Oh.
So that's a bit of a bummer. So yeah, that's fair. So yeah,
good.
So quite pleased with how all the markings came out. There's things I'm not happy with, but hey, overall, it looks like a P51.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's an Airfix 148 kit, and it's really nice. Things go together well. Just a tail wheel. It's got a little tiny tail wheel, but there should be a proper one that fits on there. And I've just painted the nav lights and the recognition lights.
Nice.
So apart from a bit of more weathering, I want to do some chips on the cowling, on the teasers, fasteners, and maybe mucky up the tyres a bit. But apart from that, that's pretty much done.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And how are you, Gary?
I'm okay, thanks, man. I'm okay. Harassed and rushed and lovely in every way, as usual. How are you?
I'm all right, buddy. What are you working on today?
Well, first of all, I'm providing gardening support. So at random times during the next 2 hours, my dear wife will come in and say, I can't do this. But anyway, so I didn't really know what I was going to do, and I don't know what I'm going to do, but I want to show you a couple of things that arrived today in the post, which is very nice and slightly interesting. So here is, no light on it at all, excellent. Here is a little baggie of 12 undercarriage components for the 148 scale Jaguar that arrived from Airfix today.
Wonderful.
Now, because I messed up the undercarriage, I said to them, please let me know the cost. It's fine if you need me to buy the 2 frames. I don't care. I just want them. They arrived today, 12 pieces, 12 spare parts. The only slight downside of which is all of them have been taken off the frame, so I don't actually know what all the part numbers are.
Oh, no.
So it's going to be interesting to put them all together, because the whole point of the problem was the undercarriage is really complicated and I messed it up. So now I have 12 pieces of undercarriage to do. But you know what? At least they did it, and that's really nice. What I also got for myself that came to the post are some removed before flight tags, RBF tags.
Oh, nice.
So my Jaguar, I'm going to put all the tags on the relevant places. So I'm going to say there's one that goes, I think, where the 2 bombs on the center line. I think there's a sort of safe, can't possibly arm unless you take this out thing. There's covers over many of the little pitos and AOA sensors and all that. There's several bits and pieces that have got little ones that they go and dangle on. But the ones that are really cool are on the front of the AIM-9s, because they have covers over the infrared sensors. And I bought myself some 3D printed AIM-9s from Rescue. So these are single piece missiles, really high resolution 3D printed, and they come with the little caps that go on the front when they're parked. So I can put those on, and the little RBF tags as well that comes with a little decal sheet as well, which is really sweet. So that will all go together to helping me, I hope, this week finishing my damn Jaguar, which will be delightful. Other than that, the other thing that came in the post from a very kind viewer, he said he had a bit of a session with too many painkillers and going onto eBay. And then he said, you said to me that you wanted to try making something different, so I'm going to send it you, because I'm trying different ways of making kits. Now, I've heard of this company, and I've put them on Monday Masters before, but I've never made any of their stuff. It's called Metal Earth. And these are metal sheets, pre-painted metal sheets. And you take them off the sheet and then twist tabs to put things to lock them all together. So it's a metal model of a Catalina and, Mikey, a British Mark IV.
Oh,
Ooh.
So it's lots of bits of metal that you bend around and then clip together to make your tank or your Catalina.
So going to have to get Gary Morris one of those kits.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
Does-
get Gary
does it's
Morris one of
photo
those
etch
kits for
and
Christmas
nothing
'cause we
else.
know it's PE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's like
We know
it's
we'll love it.
a kit made of photo etch, essentially, but pre-cut photo etch that you can. I'm just trying to get the top off. Pre-cut photo etch, pre-painted photo etch. No need to glue anything. It's all just there. I mean, these guys make. Oh, excuse me. Hello. Right, give me 2 minutes. That's exactly what I mean. Can you put the jet wash back together, please? So there we go. That's the sort of thing you get. Sheets like this, and you just bend them into shape, and they're pre-painted. And then they've got like tiny little lock tabs on the side. You bend those over to lock everything together.
And it's
So-
pre-painted underneath. I don't think Malcolm Childs would be happy about that.
Well, I know he'll be furious. I'm sure. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of pieces. Actually, it's three sheets of it, and it's got like the little fancy bit at the front there on the side. And the detailing inside the tracks look really nice. It's amazing. Lots and lots of instructions.
Yeah.
So it's actually pretty cool. So at some point, we're going to be doing one of those. So that's what's happened to me today. So
I'm
now
definitely going to have to get Gary Morris one.
Definitely. Well, he got it on eBay, so all you need to do is take a lot of it painkillers, go on eBay, and you'll find it straight away. Apparently,
Yeah.
But these guys do everything.
Yeah.
They do like space shuttles, complete space shuttle, and big things as well. But they're a really interesting company. Really interesting.
What message just in? Temu Gary said he wants a ship of nothing but photo etch.
I'm sure that could be arranged.
So anyway, I've got to go for 2 minutes, guys. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, buddy.
We have a lot of well, not a lot, but a decent bit of chat.
Yeah. Dieter says, "Ooh, he heard that jab, Mikey. He did." Jim says, "Thank you, Julian. Between you and Mikey, I'll learn how to speak Welsh and get it all wrong." Yeah. Duke says, "That's a lot of tape, John. Good job it's not red."
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You could almost hear the penny dropping there.
Oh, no.
Dieter says, "Greetings, Uncle Mal."
Uncle. Well, greetings, but Uncle, what's that all about?
It's how
yeah, it's
his-
because I'm
how-
old, isn't it?
Duke.
No, it's how his daughter remembers people.
Like she remembers me as Uncle Dragon because I'm the
Yeah.
dragon on the intro.
Yeah, cool. No, it's cool. That just makes me
That's why
feel
I'm
old.
laughing.
Yeah, it's all right. I could call you Papa Mal.
Oh.
Great Uncle Mal. Jim says, "Marley, crikey, cracking good job on the SE5 camouflage. Huzzah!"
Oh, I haven't done it yet. It's just taped up. It's just green at the moment. Yeah.
Well, it's green with
Thank
a
you.
hint of yellow to me, yellow.
Yeah, it'll get there.
June
thank
says, "Pronunciation is fairly easy, Jim. Unlike English, it's all phonetic. For example, C is always a hard K." Yeah. Yar. Deed says, "Greetings, Uncle Waitrose. PS, may need your help as I have no idea where Nick's package is now." We'll come back to that one.
I'll star it just so I remember. Oh, he's
Yar.
back.
Oh, there you go. Message for you, Gary.
What's that?
Dieter says,
Oh.
"He may need your help as he has no idea where Nick's package is gone."
Oh, that has he actually sent you a package yet? Or
Yeah, they had a problem with customs and everything, didn't they? So they sent it back to Nick, and then Nick was supposed to send it back.
oh right, okay. I'll drop him a line. Send him an email because you'll have his email. But he will sometimes take like 3 or 4 days to get back because he's constantly traveling doing work. So he
Yeah.
may not have access to his email all the time, but he will definitely sort something out.
Yeah.
But if you can't get through to him at all, let me know and I'll try it. Well, I'll try anyway and see how things are going.
And he says, I love that Mustang. Well done.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Mm.
Quite pleased
June
with it.
says, kills YouTube. Damn thing didn't update again when the stream went live. June says, great job, Mal.
Thanks.
June says, I'll look back later at the first 13 minutes. Ian says, hello, stragglers. Question for Mal. Are you 130-second exclusive? If so, can you recommend your best builds, like a top 3 or so?
Well, no, because this Mustang's 148th. I did go 130-second exclusive, but when Airfix started bringing out some really great 48th and 172nd scale kits, I felt the need to make them. So I now do 132nd, 148th, 172nd scale, which I want to do more of. I've got this idea of doing 172nd in flying mode. I've got some ideas of what I want to do with that, but at the moment I'm not doing very much modelling at all. But assuming I am 132nd scale exclusive, I'll therefore carry on and recommend my best builds, or best 32nd scale kits.
Yeah.
Certainly, well, kit wise, Qatari, anything. I mean, I've got 3 of their spits. I'll be getting the Hurricane regardless, and the K4. I've seen it built. There's a guy that built a pre-production one. I mean, if you want 32nd scale kits, you can't go wrong there. The Tamiya 32nd scale range, everything and anything. But I would not rule out the likes of Revell. Revell have done some wonderful 132nd scale kits. HE111, JU88, AR134. Oh, sorry, what am I talking about? 196 float plane, which I had 2. I've given 1 away, so I've got 1 to build. And the can't think of it at the moment, but essentially they're all pretty easy kits to build, and particularly the more expensive end, Qatari. I'm saying that wrong as well, I know. And Tamiya, they just go together easy. But if you're thinking of 132nd, don't exclude others. Have a good look. I tend to like 32nd scale kits because I paint on the markings regardless, and it is easier to paint them on in larger scale, although sometimes with large mass it gets quite difficult. But yeah, my top 3. I couldn't really give you a top 3 that I built, because I like every model that I build, regardless of how bad the experience might have been. Like the Fly Hurricane, wonderfully detailed kit, terrible instructions, and was it terrible instructions? But certainly where parts go was very difficult. But the finish I got from it, I loved it. So yeah, I don't cling to Tamiya, and I don't cling to anything particular, but you can't knock Tamiya, and you can't. Airfix, if they did 132nd scale, because they don't, I'm sure they'd have a bolt and pull Defiant in there that I'd be raving about. But there is, and I've forgotten that there it is, some guys bringing a 3D printed bolt and pull Defiant to the table. I will be getting one, and it will be a fantastic. What I've seen of it, it just looks fabulous. That'll give me. That's then just waiting for Airfix to produce their long-awaited 1/24th bolt and pull Defiant, and I'll have one in every scale.
Except from 1 to 1.
I don't know. I can't really answer your question.
He just likes everything.
Yeah, it's models, in it. I mean, what's not to like?
Also, this year you've got Revella bringing out the new tool Meteor F8 in 1/32.
Yeah.
And DBMK are launching their range with the 1/32 Sea Fury that looks absolutely insane.
Oh,
it
yes.
Looks so lovely. I mean, it looks stunning on the inside. It's like sort of 350 parts or something. It's the gear bay alone is a work of art. So looking forward to that.
It's like the 1/32 bolt pull Defiant. It's 3D printed. It will be expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, the Sea Fury is injection molded. They're looking at about 90 quid.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Well, yeah. That sounds like a definite.
Yeah, they'll be at Telford. You'll see them at Telford. I promise you if you go.
Yeah.
They're also doing a 1/32 de Havilland Hornet as well at some point. And then they've got like about what they said, about 80 or so 3 sets of 3D scans for stuff for the future. But the Sea Fury is their launch product.
One thing I'm waiting for Hong Kong models to produce a B26 in 30 seconds.
Nice. Oh, that would
the
be
original list of models that wing scale, which became Hong Kong models, we're going to produce. I was privy to it. It was a bit at the time. It was secret. But because I was asked to produce paint masks for the first pre-production model that they did, and that's the only thing they ended up doing. The guy that did that, he told me what they were planning, and then I think it was the third model, we're going to do a Beaufighter, a B26 after the B25, and I'm still waiting for both of them. Although, Matchbox did a 1/32 Beaufighter, and I know somebody who Derek Bradshaw, who used to do masters for MDC as well. He was on his way. Well, I'd seen, and this is a long time ago, scratch built parts for the interior of that model.
Wow.
And if he'd ever got them finished, and I don't know, and MDC had produced them, would have been a winner. I gave him all the information I had on the Lysander, because he said he would produce the interior or detail parts interior for the Matchbox 1/32 Lysander. And I gave him the kit I had, but I've got another one in anticipation that one day, and this is going back a long time. And of course, doing nowadays 3D printing is taken over from actually scratch building and then making molds from it. So whether that will ever happen, but I live in hope that we'll get a 1/32 Lysander.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I mean, but think of a model, and you go, yeah, that'd be great in 1/32. Some of them just won't happen. But live in hope.
Yeah, absolutely.
Julian says, Gary, I can't do this. Means come and do this my way.
Yeah.
I just dropped a piece. Damn it.
Okay.
Gary, I have one of those Metal Earth models of the USS Arizona.
Nice.
Yeah, I looked
Yeah.
them up on eBay. There's even an Ector 1.
Yeah, really.
That's
There's a lot of them.
There's
It's a
Ector
bit like
1.
those wooden 3D models you can get. I've got an AK-47 3D puzzles in
Mhm.
wood.
Yeah.
So these,
There's like a
Yeah.
Wild West revolver and everything.
yeah.
They're
So
awesome.
these, I'm gonna have to have a look at these metal. I do fancy a Mark 1 tank, or Mark 4, whatever.
They're not too badly priced. I've just seen the tank as well. Where it is. But that one that Gary showed is like 26 quid.
Oh, okay. I'm going for a walk. Oh. Spray booth again.
Julian says, evening, John. I'll look back at the SE5 later.
Cheers.
Dieter, yep, that is portmanteau, as they say in French, for near to remember people easily. It is, however, also inspiring people to make name tags when we meet, saying, "Hi, I am Uncle Auntie nickname." There you go.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Mel, do you want to read them out?
I can do
I'm doing this.
All right.
Oh, yeah, whoever.
Joe says, I'm glad John admitted to farting. I thought it was me after a medical procedure I had last Thursday morning. Whoa.
Guys, I've got to be off for about 20 minutes. Got to go and pick the dog up from the groomer. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Gary says he's got to go for about 20 minutes and pick the dog up from the groomer. Hagrid says, sent him a mail about 4 or 5 days ago. Thanks for looking into it and putting in my mind at ease, Gary. Yeah, unfortunately, he's not here to hear this. My customs are being the worst kind of gits because it didn't accept Nick's explanation. That'll do it.
The next one's a question for Gary, so I'll just skip it.
Okay. Yeah, the package was sent back, much to my dismay. I'm now embarrassed over it.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Customs is a pain in the backside. I mean, we had problems when I sent him the lifeboat as well. I think customs had it for a couple of weeks before he actually got it.
Yeah, right. Julian says, I think the last time the package was mentioned, it was suggested Nick could have just put it. It had just put it. That was from Mystery Box Nick. Mystery Box Nick, which customs didn't like. Maybe. There's a couple of syllables in that I did not like. Hagrid says, yeah, even when Nick was so kind to reply to the reason for it and prove he was a residential sender, yeah. Every bloody time something comes in from the UK. Can't blame me. P.S. Mikey.
Yep.
He'll try to send out your package in the coming week. Matter of boxing.
Well,
Got you.
Julian says, no need for embarrassment, Hagrid. Not your fault. Customs are being bellends. Ian says, thanks, Mel. Joe says, Hong Kong HK models make some fabulous kits. They really do. I've built one. I've got 2 left.
I was just looking
got
for that little tiny red plant on the floor.
You found it?
Oh, I haven't found my tail wheel.
Oh, really? We'll find it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Ian
I've got
says,
mosquito
look into the
Hong Kong model.
HE111 and the JU88. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they both look good.
I've got them.
A link from Julian. eBay link for the Fields of Glory model shop. Lots of accessories for models, wood trick models and resin models, etc.
Yeah. Fields of Glory are good. Listen.
Jim says the onslaught of large-scale kits continues to maintain momentum. Must be good numbers in regards to sales. Got to be to continue turning out 32nd scale, 24th, 16 scale models at the rate that we're seeing. You're right. I don't know how people have any room for it. I clearly don't. But yeah.
Well, I've got that 1/18th 0, and
1/18th, yeah.
and there's absolutely no room in this bungalow for that. So I don't know where it's. I've got to get rid, got to sell it, and proceeds. Anybody interested in 1/18th 0 that moves, flies, and does stuff?
No, Australia said no once, so no,
No,
I'll say
yeah,
no a second time.
Yeah, but proceeds go to Models for Heroes.
Next comment.
Being met by the purchaser.
Hagrid says, I have a few Metal Earth puzzles, but for the love of me, I have no idea where to put them. Yeah, well, they're good at slicing fingers open. I've made a Lancaster out of one of them. Yeah, they're a bit fiddly, but photo edge is. Jim says, at Gary, who's not here, his dog had his spa day yesterday. Pics in Discord. Pics in Discord. That's a weird name for a dog. Julian says there's a Metal Earth Apache 2 TIFF. Auction ends in just over 3 hours at £1.75.
This bank account will not love her for that because she's almost in the zero.
Yeah.
She's got her bill money in the bank and that's it.
Ian says, Tiff, could you put a link up for those cute 3D card creatures you featured last week? The dragon, the bat, etc.
Yep. I've got the webpage open up here. I'll pop it into the chat. I'll also pop it into Discord, but I don't buy them from that website.
Right.
If you've got, obviously not in the US or whatever, but there's a shop called Boys in the UK. BOYES.
Right.
They sell them in there, and they also sell them in Smith's Toy Store. They're about £8-9 each.
Yeah, that's about the same here. Scott's in. He says, "G'day, everyone. G'day, Scott."
Hey,
G'day.
Scott. Oh, Scott's membership's gone. Just realised from the colour on his.
Hagrid says, "Yeah, I stashed the Metal Earth puzzles and probably in one of the other boxes, and now I can't find them. Ha ha." Julian's got a suggestion for the 0. Send it to Models for Heroes and get them to auction it. Should be more than someone might pay for it. Oh no, that's where it came from. They probably don't want
No. Malcolm would shoot me if I sent that thing back to him. No. It's on the cards for me to auction it. How? Don't know. The thought was to take it back because it was at Scale Model World last year. The thought was, and we did have a buyer. Well, we did have a buyer. Then he turned out to be a bit flaky, and never saw him again.
Turned out his wife has the purse strings.
What don't know what was going on, but it came in and he was willing to pay £900 for it, which would be great. But the idea is then to take it back this year. If I moved before Telford, which I hope to be, then that's a possibility. But I'm not sure if the powers that be at Telford would allow it.
Yeah, right.
Although when I first had my club at Telford, it being the first online club, I did have an internet cafe, and I did have a tombola sponsored by Revell, so they might let me auction it off. But it's how that's done. Imagine, I mean, can you do it £5 a ticket or something? And
It's
then what
gonna be
happens
the
if?
postage more than anything.
Sorry.
It's going to be the postage more than anything because of the weight, isn't it?
Well, I won't be posting it. No, the idea would be no. That's the problem. Can't post it. It's just it's just too dodgy to post it because it's not just the model; it's the base with all the electronics in it.
Mm.
So it would have to be taken from Telford. That was why Telford. But if I mean, you could do it, £5 a ticket. But you can imagine all the punters at Telford that go to show, they've all got their cars and boots full of gear to go. They put extra in to leave. They ain't gonna have room for this thing.
Nah.
So I don't know. But I'm hanging on. I think till I move up north, and I can go to model shows and take it. I could take it to all the model shows I go to, and because I did quite well selling my models when I went to 1/32 scale. I sold loads of 48 scale kits, and made a fortune. But so that might be a thing. So if you want a 0, 118 scale, between 700 and 900 quid, it's yours.
Tiff's put a link up for the cardboard cutout schooners. My daughter's got some here. I won't go grab them, but yeah, she's got a couple of them, an echidna and kookaburra and whatnot. Julian says, "G'day, Scott." Jim says, at Scott Smiles, "G'day, mate. How's everything in Tasmania?" Scott says, "Yes, I just noticed. Yes, I just notices will be fixed later tonight, Mikey." Okay.
Awesome.
Yes, the membership. Okay, the membership. Ian says, "All right, cheers, Tiff. I have a Smiths or Smythes toys near me." That's where to get the things. Smiths.
Yeah.
And Scott reports as getting cold, Jim. To which Jim says, "Oh, that's right. Winter season is getting nearer down there." Well, it certainly is. I'm actually wearing jeans right now instead of the short shorts. So you'll be pleased to know I'm wearing pants. But
I'm wearing shorts.
Yeah. So it's So it's starting to get winter. It's rained pretty much all day today. I did cut the grass in between showers, but it wasn't getting too long. I just needed to do it because it's Green Week. And that's all the comments for now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go eyes down for a moment. Get paint on this.
Yeah. Do remember as well to check that you're subscribed to the channel because it seems to be knocking them off again now and again. Unsubscribing people. I don't think it affects anyone here that's watching. No. Most people are watching and watch it every day anyway. Oh God, how do you put up with us every day? Oh, dear God.
Not every day. They get a Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday off.
Yeah.
And they don't have to deal with John on Tuesdays anymore.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, what a relief.
For now.
Yeah.
For now.
I assume you will end up popping up. You will end up popping up on panel on a Tuesday at some point.
Just out of boredom. 37.
You say John, is that my brother?
No, this
Marley.
guy.
No, the one above you on screen.
The git with the giant.
I'm surprised. If you said yes, that you're talking about my brother, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah.
John's never been on here, I don't think. I think he's commented a couple of times, but he's never actually been on it.
No.
No, he's busy.
We're not good enough for him.
No,
that's what it is.
Probably not.
David says the UG also available in Hobbycraft. There we go.
I think I'll have to take a trip to Hobbycraft at some point then.
Duke says it's a competition to see how many keep watching Mikey. Yeah. We seem to be hovering around the same numbers each time. Oh, which reminds me, don't forget to lube and subscribe.
Oh, there is that. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned that today.
No, it's normally the first thing I put in chat, but I was a little bit late to open on YouTube today.
Mal, are you lubed and subscribed?
To this. Oh, no, Mal. I thought you said Marley. My mistake. I'll carry on.
I don't know.
The look of fear when I said, "Are you lubed?"
Lube, always. Subscribed. Really.
Really.
All these.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
Oh my god! Whoever had this bloody kit has cut up all the sprues, so they're not in any logical order.
Are sprues ever in logical order?
Yeah.
Damn sight more logical than little bits of sprue with bits on.
Yeah, I forgot you've never built Warhammer.
The disappointment in
I
her
never
voice.
will.
You
And
never
I
know.
never
We didn't
will.
think Gary was going to, and then he bought some.
Yeah.
Mothers, the only way I would build Warhammer is if someone bought it, because I am not paying that price for a model that I can build in 10 minutes.
Very true.
Ian says, thanks, David. Duke says, don't forget Amazon, Mikey. They call him that because he can't stop weeing.
Oh, no. No, I don't have to do it on a Monday because I haven't got a kit in the affiliate links underneath. I don't have any affiliate links on a Monday.
Yeah.
Jim's heading off to walk the dog. Be back soon.
Okay, Jim.
And Julian says, Duke, did you mention a competition? What competition? When does it start? Always entertaining.
Yes. Julian.
Willow, what are you doing? Get off my printer.
Get off my printer.
Little bugger. She's too adorable to stay mad at them.
Part 38. Where the hell is that? Oh god, it's another part I'll go hunting for.
Tell you what, this SC5A is going to look very different in a colour other than green. It's looking like a different plane already.
I don't have anything in the bank at the moment.
Hobby time's in. Hey!
I went full Kermit just now. Hey!
It says, hi, Jim. Jim's gone to walk his doggy.
Yeah.
Duke says in an Australian accent, I would never knowingly mention a competition, Julian. I don't enjoy annoying Mikey at all. Is that sincere enough, Duke?
Funnily enough, no.
Mikey, says Julian, has it been mentioned your camera is reversed? If not, it's reversed. It actually is, yeah.
I was wondering that, actually. There you go.
That's
Satisfied,
better.
Julian?
Yeah.
Anyone think we're professional?
Outrageous claim.
Exactly. Oh, hello, what's that?
Julian says, hi, Hoppy Time. Hoppy Time says, hi, Julian. And Duke says, yeah, it's perfect, mate. Crack on.
Okay.
I've forgotten that I've been
Oh.
painting this.
Let's have a look.
Lysander. Lovely.
Looking good, man.
Yeah, I
Plane's
had
alright as
been.
well.
Sorry. What?
I said looking good, Mal. The plane's alright as well.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. I had been produced. I was going to produce paint mask, but I decided to freehand it. But it's a nice, complicated. Well, it's complicated, nice, wiggly pattern. So I tried to replicate it as per. I was quite pleased with it. Bit on the other wing.
Come on, all right.
Nice kit if you haven't got it. Well worth it. I'm not sure where I'm at.
Lysander.
Yeah, it's Lysander. Sorry, I just thought you'd know.
Because
Still remains one of my favourite aircraft.
I'm at the stage of markings. So because I'm painting them on, I've got to produce them. So that's what's held me up with that. But I've got too much on with sorting out this bungalow.
No, you're going to pack everything up and then you're going to find that wheel.
Yeah, well, that's it. When I get into packing this place up, I've got to remember that I've got a wheel diffie and remember to look for it. Because I reckon it's pinged off into the corner and there's no way I can get there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to call the Mustang done, less tail wheel. But I will always, if necessary, give Airfix a call and say, I'll pay for it because I lost it.
Because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, because I'm an idiot. I knew I was being really careful. I dropped it. It bounced on my bench, bounced on my chair. Then I heard it go bink, 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 bink 3 times. So it could have, because it bounced off my chair. I'm guessing it went that way. So it's either gone underneath my computer table, or it's actually on the shelf bit there. It's on a base. So I'll have a look for it, and you never know, I might come up with it.
When you empty your shed,
Quite
you'll
lucky.
find.
I've been quite lucky finding parts recently.
You'll find loads from when you clear out your shed.
Well, I know from years of experience that when you lose something, I don't have a carpet, so it's not a carpet monster. But I've got so many bits and pieces lying around here. And the last piece was one of the undercarriage legs off my trumpeter Devil and Hornet F1, and I was just tidying up a little bit, which doesn't happen very often. And I found the leg inside one of these, just half and half, which is end tube for the material I use for masking. It was the tube, and it just must have bounced and lodged itself in there.
Weird
thing. Yeah, weird. Get everywhere. So but because the wheel's round, of course, it would have landed like as if it were rather on its edge. So it went like that, didn't it? It wouldn't have landed flat and stopped.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course it wouldn't. That would be too darn easy.
I so read that wrong then. Just gotta go make Mrs. a copy. She is sitting out in the garden.
Yeah, I read that wrong myself.
Hey.
Oh dear.
They do it different. They do it different in Rhonda. in the valleys.
Oh, I failed to mention earlier. So when I was putting this SE5A together the other day, no word of a
Yeah.
lie, I put on, I'd painted the ailerons backwards, so it was like buff on top and green on the bottom. I painted the elevators backwards, so that was buff on the top and green on the bottom. I put one of the top ailerons on the bottom wing. Yeah, it was a hot mess, but
I was
went back and
watching it. It was
corrected
rather funny.
oh my god!
So
It's a bit of a-
what you're really saying is you shouldn't be allowed anywhere near aircraft models.
No, can you
Yeah.
believe they let me work on the
You-
real things?
That's even more disturbing.
Yeah. Yeah, but you didn't put wings on, did you?
No, they wouldn't let me. I wonder why.
Yeah, well, maybe they saw that was a possibility of getting that wrong, so you never had to play with them.
Yeah.
But
Australian
imagine-
Oh, I
airports.
made some errors, but yeah, certainly made some errors.
Dieter says we are all suffering from Mondyitis. Yeah. June says, I feel your pain, Mal. I lost part of the suspension for a Land Rover. My brother found it outside. Damn thing must have stuck on my wheelchair and fallen off outside.
the best one for me, I think. I can't remember what part it actually was, but I'd looked everywhere, and the model I'd needed it to get on, not to finish it, but before I could, it just wouldn't go anywhere without it. And I looked literally everywhere over days, and I found it in my shoe.
In your shoe?
Well, I've been in and out of here several times, taking I've got slip-ons coming in here, on and off several times, and I just thought, well, the only place it could be is in my shoe, and I thought, well, they ain't going to find it, and I just stuck me out, and there it was. What? No, that's somebody literally taking the piss, because it was unreal.
I had one where I lost a piece and I searched around on the floor for it for about an hour. And then for a couple of days, every day, I was like going searching around the floor and different parts of the room, stuff to see if it bounced off. A week later, this T-shirt that I had on had been in the wash and everything. I put it on and I sat there and I was rubbing my belly and I went, what the hell's that? And it was stuck to the T-shirt. It'd gone through the washing machine and everything, still stuck to it.
Wow.
I thought, what the hell, dude?
Amazing. Yeah, I find it goes everywhere except where you want it to go. It's like even now, there's a propeller somewhere for a tester's SBD Dauntless, but you'd think I'd be able to find it. No idea where that went.
This
This
is
says, so that's why you had a bad. So go on.
No, go on.
He says, so that's why you had a bounce in your roll, John.
This is the tail skid off the model that should never have been started. The IR 81C. That I put my headphones down on the bench and came in, I think, after lunch or something, put them on, and about half hour later I felt something, and this was got itself attached somehow to my headphones, and that could have dropped off anywhere. So it's not just dropping it, it's being careful with it. I've got so many bits and pieces of different models. I don't move anything because I know they're there. They are there.
Ian says, at the Spitfire Visitor Centre, aka Hangar 42 in Blackpool, they have a few models on display, one of which is the JU88. I wonder if it's the Rebel kit. Me and Gary Morris have been invited up there to have a chat with them.
All right. Well, if that's a 1/32 scale kit,
Yeah,
I
because
believe it will
one of the
be.
volunteers.
Sorry, go on.
Because one of the volunteers at the Visitor Centre, the guy I played D&D with.
Yeah. If that JU8J is 1/32 scale, then it will, I believe, be Revell. Yeah. Yeah, because I think Revell are the only one that have done a 1/32 88.
Yeah. Well, Tamio have got the 24 scale one, haven't they? Sorry, Airfix.
What, 88?
Oh, not a JU88. No, a JU87. So Stuka?
Yeah.
Was that an 86?
Yeah. 87. Stuka.
87.
Yeah. Oh, well, if Airfix do a 1/24 88, that'll be something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ian says, yes, Mark, it's the
Nice
1/32. It looks cool.
Yeah.
Ugh. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, wow, we've dropped down to 10 people watching. Unusual. Must be a
They're all
Monday.
out walking dogs.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
boring everybody, mummy.
No, not you, Mal. It's John.
Yeah.
Ooh. There we go.
Ooh.
John, the 132 JU88.
Huh. Sure is a JU88.
Certainly is.
What's the wingspan on that?
75 foot, I think. So I've dusted
75
the
foot.
pot.
That's a big model.
I
I
was
heard him
going
say
to
755 foot.
That's a bloody big model. Like a 75 foot wingspan.
Oh, yeah, it's good size.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Yeah, and I'd like to get a second one because
You're in.
is it John McElmurray produces or used to produce a JU 188 conversion. He also did a conversion for the 32nd Heinkel 111 for the 111Z, the target, the Gigant target tug.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So two
Nice.
JU 111s side by side with an extra engine. Imagine that. I've got the Heinkel as well.
There we go. Dieter says, Junkers JU87 Stuka Studs and Flugzug ground support aircraft. I don't know. I don't
So
read
that's what
German.
Stuka stands for. Yeah. It's an acronym for
So,
Stuk.
no.
Yeah.
Just found that as well.
Ooh. Wing not wings all across.
That was a
So what have we
Gizzit.
got? Halberstadt
Nice.
C1.
Yeah.
C1 One-
Yeah. C1, 2.
or 2 and an RE8.
Yeah.
RE8 Harry
The
Tate. Sounds
RE8
like
that I wanted.
bingo.
Lovely.
RE8 I wanted. And I got that duelist kit given. How cool is that?
Very
I've
cool.
got the Wing Not Wings FE2B.
All right. I'm about
Yep.
to leave if you guys are going to keep talking about Wingnut Wings.
Don't worry,
What,
John.
you haven't got Wing Not Wings, John?
Well, what can I say? I'm not a beneficiary of Models for Heroes.
Neither's mine.
FE2B was the. Just keep bringing kits out. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, the FE2B is the one with lots of lovely rigging.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Hagrid says, yeah, the Stuka came in 2 main versions, the dive bomber and recon aircraft, and the latter tank hunter or Kanonenvogel. Funnily enough, Luftwaffe's high-scoring ace made the most of his kills with the latter. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I have made a 72nd Kanonenvogel. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome aircraft. Love it.
I've made a 32nd scale G2 of Hans Ulrich Jodl. Hans Ulrich. That was the guy. Hans Ulrich. Can't remember his last name.
His last name is High on the Hill as a Lonely Goat Herd. Something like that. Oh no, because no, that's Austrian. That's different.
Yeah.
Deed says he was the only recipient of the golden version of the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross in history. There you go.
Yes, because it was produced. Hitler had it produced just for him. Because he had everything else.
Just be careful saying that H word on YouTube, Mel.
Oops.
Bill says, hi all, just popping in for a few minutes, still looking after my dad, so no time for the workbench. Half Bill, ICM 1.8, both collecting dust. There we go.
How's the build going? Are you enjoying that kit? Because I've got my eye on it as well.
He's just said it's not going. It's collecting dust.
It's not going. Yeah, but it's because he's got no time. It's not because he necessarily doesn't like it.
Oh, no. June says, hi, Phil. And Dieter says, Hans Ulrich Rudel. Rudel with the strudel.
Rudel.
Strudel.
That was close.
Strudel. Oh, no.
Yeah, remarkable bloke. But a staunch Nazi. Am I allowed to say that?
No,
you can't say that word either.
No, you can't. You can't say staunch here. No.
Staunch.
It's bloody ridiculous, it is.
Oh, yeah.
But he was.
Yeah.
But can't fault his bravery.
Oh, no.
No.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? This goes back to a discussion we were having last week about how some people feel they can't make enemy models, enemy vehicles and aircraft and stuff. At the end of the day, they were all bloody soldiers.
Yeah.
Number 6. Just if I recall correctly, the Junkers 88 tank was a Luftwaffe version of the Hurricane Flying Tin.
The 87.
Yeah.
Although there was Sorry.
Hello. All right. Hello, Tasha.
Yes, hello. Welcome back.
Yes. David says, hi, Phil. June says, little known fact, Yoda's last name, his full name is Yodelei Hey Hu. Yodelei Hu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
exactly.
It's probably D Yoda Lehu or something like that, because
Yodelei Hu.
Don't mention the war.
No.
Yeah.
Or the rebel scum.
Jim says, I have returned.
Hello, Jim.
For some reason, when I was reading that, I just had this image of Jim standing there, one shoulder forwards with his hands on his hips. I have returned.
Like Ike, you mean? Or MacArthur?
I don't know. I'm not old enough to remember.
Yeah. Hello, Jim. How would you like to? Would you be able to go live at same time as this tomorrow evening? Oh no, that would conflict with my friend Mikey's build. Oh dear. Actually, no, I've already booked in for tomorrow evening. So let's have a double screening, and not that it's a competition. Sorry, Mikey, I wasn't thinking. I'll fix it afterwards. But yes, I look at going live 9 p.m. tomorrow, and the other Marley will be joining us as well.
Ooh,
Be right back, Posty.
okay. So, John, we've established you're a traitorous bastards now, so.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's all right, buddy.
I wasn't thinking.
Take it. It's all right. I'm not that
Traitorous
precious.
bastard.
Ooh, I've got paint stuck to that. Yes.
All right.
I shall change
metal.
your details of my phone to traitorous scum. Traitorous Empire scum.
Yeah.
It's a ruffle. Dieter, great now. I have a certain Rammstein song in my head because of that yodeling pun. I like Rammstein. Jim says, I mentioned it once, but I may have got away with it. Julian, oh, that's right, Mal. It's a Ju-87 with a chuffing big cannon, probably 37mm or bigger. Ooh,
Yeah, it was massive.
Black
Yeah.
cannon.
Anti-tank. Yeah. I think, is that the same gun that's in the ME-110 I've got here? Let me have a look at what size that is.
Phil says, not a bad kit, John. Just overhyped. So many expectations were set maybe a bit too high. Got it for the Malta version, being half Maltese myself. Ah. Jim says, let's try Wednesday. There you go. Oh, John, put your bloody headphones on, you goon. There you go. Jim says, let's try Wednesday.
Wednesday. I'm happy with Wednesday. Let's do Wednesday. I'll let Paul know.
See, Jim has some loyalty, even if you don't.
Because Jim's not an idiot.
Because Jim's lovely. Dieter says, MacArthur allegedly made the I have return quotes when he landed in the Philippines in 45.
You know, wow. There you go. Didn't know it was the Philippines, because it was the second time I went to the Philippines on like an operation. So he said, "Oh, you're back," and I said, "Yes, I have returned." Now that's just funny. So this had a 30mm gun, the Adler tag, BF-110. One of them had a 30mm gun. It didn't go too well.
Jim says, Hagrid, that is correct. Mac did make that statement, and he made sure that the whole world knew he said it.
Yeah.
Jim says, Hagrid, it could be worse. Look at the Heimadamash Sweet Child of Mine on YouTube. There you go. Jim says, okay, John, what time works best for you?
It'll be 9 p.m. here.
Says,
Let me see what time that is in
Chicago.
Chicago.
Well, it's 9 p.m. there. It's 12 p.m. here. So it's whatever time today's stream started.
So let's see. We don't have a Chicago time, is it? It's not 8:20
He
there,
knows
is
what
it?
time he started.
Let's go to Chicago.
I shall look forward to watching that.
Chicago at 7:20 a.m. now, so it'll be 6 a.m.
Yeah. There we go.
6 a.m. for you, Jim. Oh, Gary's back.
It's my front mate.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, Gary. We've just established that John is traitorous rebel scum.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but Gary already knew that.
That's nice to know. Nice to have one's feelings confirmed. Why is that, John? What have you done? What have you done?
Oh, I mentioned I was going to go live tomorrow at 9 p.m. Sydney time, and I realised that that's when Mikey and Modders are doing their bike build. So yeah, I sort of double booked, but I'm going to change it till Wednesday. Wednesday, what's that? Noon London time, 7 a.m. Chicago time.
Cool. Good man.
You're redeeming yourself.
Yeah.
Backpedal.
Mal is sharing a picture in the back.
Oh,
Looks
yes.
like-
Let us see. Let us see.
The Cannonvogel. Nonnenvogel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That is nice.
I can't remember the size of the guns. Somebody
I
can
think
Google it, I'm sure.
37
But,
mil,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I
I
reckon
made
37.
the Academy 72nd thing of that. They do look good. They look tough and industrious.
Yeah. I even managed to wire in
The other one?
or plumb in the guns. There's only found 2 photographs. That's the Hasegawa kit. If
Ah.
you build, I think it's a trumpeter kit, the guns are not handed. So the magazine feeds from the same side on both of them.
Right.
On the, I think it's a trumpeter kit, they've got them handed.
Sounds
Or
right.
is it the board? It might be the border. I think border do a 35th scale one. But, nice kit. I had it for years before finishing it.
What a surprise.
Yeah, what is it? What exactly? What a surprise.
And we've got another picture up as well.
He's shared a screen as well as.
I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing.
Ah.
I apologise.
What a
We
surprise.
were talking about it.
Right.
I tried to get it up quickly so we could get rid.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, you hit the wrong button.
He accidentally got rid of himself.
Those guns are
Come
effective,
back, Mal.
aren't they?
all the figurine, come back. Jane says, by the way, the Heimatdamisch basically do Austrian Alpine cover versions of famous songs. There we go. Phil says, got to go now and clean the microwave after Dad exploded a fish fillet in it. I'm missing my workbench.
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
He's back. Welcome back, Mr. Tech Support.
Question for Gary from Duke. Gary, have you started saving the €349 for the Red Pill aircraft?
No. It's a short answer to that. No, I will not be spending €349 on a 1/32 scale F4B anytime soon.
Yeah.
It looks very pretty, but it's not the mark of F4 that I would want to build anyway, because I'd want to build a British one. And 1/32 Phantom is just way too big for me.
Huge.
Silly size, and I'd never get around to building it. Looks pretty. If you're into that sort of thing, it looks lovely. It looks really well designed, brand new moldings, all the rest of it. But nah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, come on, open, says me.
I'm tempted by the Mill V12 though, the helicopter. That's only $235, and that's 3 foot wing, 3 foot rotor span with the 2 rotor discs together.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
Biggest
I
helicopter.
saw one of those.
And that's
on the ground at
170.
Kandahar.
No, this I think there's like only one ever flew, or
Is that
two.
right?
Yeah, one of the I think one of them's at Monino. It's got two rotor discs, complete rotor discs.
Yeah. No, I saw one with 2 rotor discs in Kandahar. So.
Oh wow, that's
I
interesting.
don't know if that was it, but it
Ooh.
was a long way away.
Yeah.
But, I'm just like, I never thought I'd see one of those.
Yeah. Wow. That could be
It
very
was
interesting.
next to a Hind D or something or other, and that looked tiny compared to it.
That is very interesting. What year would this be, if you don't mind me asking?
2006, I'd say.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Anyway, the kit, as I say, at 1/72 scale is 3 feet across the 2 rotor discs. It's just insanely big. But I just love it. I think it's just that bonkers era of Soviet aviation, where the key was, yes, well, they've made one, make it twice as big, make one twice as big, and make it fly. Very good, comrade chief designer. Thank you.
And I'll give you a medal. I'll make a medal and give it to you.
Yes, if you come back. Sorry, when you come back.
If you come back.
Yeah.
Dieter says 40mm Hispano Souza guns.
40 mil.
Wonderful.
Bloody hell.
I would have thought there'd be something like a Pac 40 type high velocity thing, but maybe that the HV ones are too much recoil for the aircraft.
I thought there were 37mm. 40mm doesn't ring a bell. Could be though. Not much difference.
I don't know.
But big.
He says on Cannon Vogel.
I know that the
Jim
Unit 88 carried a 75. I know that.
Jim says 9 p.m. your time is 6 a.m. my time, John. Wednesday it is. Look forward to it.
Wonderful, Jim. See you then.
David says, wow, that's so good, Mal.
Yeah.
Drew says, just looked up the Cannon Vogel. There are two 37mm cannon.
Yeah.
Is this another one of those peeing contests between Julian and Dieter? My research is better than yours.
Well, that's something I didn't know.
Julian, but Rudolph field rigged is to be.
And all the time, what happens is someone else finds a thing that says, well, either 37 or 40mm were fitted, depending what was available at the airfield of choice.
Yes.
Well, it's a definite possibility, although mine's got 37.
And just to throw a spanner in the works, here's a 50mm one.
Yeah.
There was a 262 with a 50mm.
You know.
Cool.
Yes, Hagra says, yes, Julian, but
Dieter says, yes, Julian, but Rudolph
field rigged is to fit in 40mm guns. Hans Ulrich Rudel was a card-carrying symbol.
Yeah.
The Soviets had a bounty on his head. He surrendered in the West to avoid certain execution by the Russians. Yeah, they weren't happy. Duke says, Gary,
took out so many tanks.
They weren't happy. I think that's putting it mildly, John. They weren't happy.
They weren't happy. They're a little bit cranky.
Yeah. They really got the hump at that point. 1945, they were really well off the Germans by then.
I read the documents. Yeah, they said that they were, quote, shirty, unquote.
Yeah.
Duke says, Gary, it could be a competition kit. Imagine a competition. Has anyone mentioned a competition?
Kits.
And Julian comes back with a trump card. He says, oh, okay. So the standard with 37mm, but Rudolph fitted bigger ones. Obviously, size does matter. Lol. Well, Haggard says the Mill V12 aka Homer was the only prototype flew. Monino holds that one. Another unflown machine at Zukrovsky. Well, I must be very wrong then, because I tell you what, it was a long way away. But oh god, maybe it was too behind the hind. But no, it was this massive fuselage. It was like, anyway.
Yeah.
Ian says, I'm offended. I'm offended by kits that are overpriced. If it was 48th, would it be 150 euros, 72nd, 75 euros, etc.? Yes.
We try and do kits on this channel that people can afford.
Yeah.
We try and keep it affordable.
Jim says, yes, Jim, I will email you the link via email, not Facebook. You'll get it via email because you're not on Facebook or Messenger or or Signal. I hear Signal goes well in the States. Julian says,
John,
nah,
shut the
no
fuck
pen
up.
competition, Mikey. I just missed Hagrid's comments. And the Better Look Marley says, whose Stuka was that? That was gorgeous. But
Hans Ulrich
Yeah,
Rudel.
Miles.
yeah, you have to go back and
Money.
like, you know, see if you can name what size the caliber was on those guns there, Paul. No, don't. Yeah, it was
great.
Mel's build.
It was great.
Yes. Jim says, thank you, John. Yep, nothing to do with Facebook. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that way myself. Julian says, Paul, that was Mel's Stuka. Agreed, bloody lovely model.
Thanks.
Wow. And Hagrid.
You want to
says,
see
John,
my P39?
That doesn't sound like a euphemism.
Who were, Mrs.?
No, it doesn't, does it? Yeah. It's like from here to there.
Sounds like an offer we can't refuse.
Hagrid says, John, the MI24 can fit 2 times MI26 Halo. So a good chance you saw one of those at Kandahar indeed. And because the MI26 is a 9-bladed main rotor behemoth, it's easy to get confused. Like, it was bloody massive. I'm not used to helicopters that large. And 3 times when folding the third hind. Bloody hell. Bird. I was reading about the, I've got a book about the Tupolev 144. Would you believe, because it's written by Russians, that nowhere does it mention that they copied the Concorde in any way at all? It was all original thinking, well before the Concorde was thought up and all that stuff like that. It's pretty amazing.
I'd go along with that. Everyone keeps saying, oh, they copied the wing, they copied the wing. They absolutely didn't. They didn't need to. They're some of the best aerodynamicists in the world, in the Soviet Union. Unfortunately, they just didn't have the materials technology and the industrial capacity to make the stuff that they were dreaming of. But their aerodynamics was way ahead of anywhere else. Absolutely
It is remarkable. It shows a lot of not just drawings, but wind tunnel models with very different wing platforms and nacelle options and stuff like that. There's so much work went into it, and of course, none of it. Oh well, it was used for years by NASA for research. So there's that.
Well, they could afford the aviation fuel.
Yeah. Ian says P39. That's far. And Paul says a cannon size depends on many things, but basically they get bigger as the plane dives lower.
Yeah.
You're an insightful man.
Who were missing?
And whether you're looking at the good end or the bad end, really, because bad ends facing you are always at least like 20 mil bigger. Honest, sir. At least 40 mil, 50 mils at a point that's honest.
Honest. Duke says, do you want me to keep reading? Mikey, are you happy with that?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Duke says, bugger, I can only make a piece 36. Oh, well, age is a factor. Hagrid says, correct. If you can ever get to Shinsheim, you can see the Tu-144 next to the Concorde. And while they look alike, they're indeed vastly different designs. There's a tour. There's a guy on Facebook has a walk through the 144, and he's comparing it to Concorde. It's a good video. I think Paul mentioned it to me the other day. The Concordski, says Jim, was the stereotypical Soviet idea that was a good in basic form but failed because of poor material quality. It's all in the book.
The engines primarily let it down massively.
Yeah. Very elegant looking aircraft. They all are. Beautiful design.
Although
Hagrid says true, and the Concordski was only pinned on it after the accident. Le Bouger, as the Russians were a solid first. Rollout flight, supersonic flight, passenger flight, and alas, first crash. Le Bouger.
Well, like the problem with generating the vortex generators they had to put onto it, it's a really elegant solution to the problem of getting the overwing vortex generated early enough to generate enough lift at takeoff speeds. So they popped out either side like bigger eyebrow type things to generate the vortex that then hit the top of the wing and then got magnified by the shape of the double delta. And then they just tucked away really neatly for supersonic flight. It's a really elegant solution rather than having to go back and wholly redesign that entire wing. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's all very cool. All right, moving back to the bench. I just took the opportunity to paint a couple more
Peter
things.
says, funny enough, the Tu-144 would fly in the US later as a testbed for NASA with upgraded engines. There we go. And so endeth the lesson of Dieter. Professor Dieter and Professor Julian. Ooh, that goes together nicely. A lot of this kit just almost clicks together, which is good considering it is made in 1964.
Yeah.
Well, the mold was anyway. Right wheel is number 53. Jim says, Hagrid goes to show even the Soviets could become useful now and then that wouldn't explode or cause massive radioactive fallout. Everything explodes if you hit it with a big enough hammer.
Alrighty, I'm back at the bench.
Cool. Has anyone heard of Mr. Morris?
No.
Or is he still on holiday? Still on holiday, is he? Maybe.
Maybe. I'm sure he said he was coming back today.
Yeah. Hope
So
he had
he
a
could
good
still
time.
travel.
Yeah. It's been weird not hearing of him for nearly a week. Well, over a
I
week.
know. It's been too quiet. Haven't had to tell anyone off for singing.
I've been good today. Would you like me to start? I
It's
can
like
fill
at
in.
the weekends. Yeah. It's like at the weekends I miss you guys.
Yeah, it was a couple of days. Okay. This is weird.
It is.
I mean, what's weird is like this. The wing's starting to look like the instructions. So yeah.
Huh.
Because I've been looking at the same
Dieter
color for
says,
a while. Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. Shh. Whoosh.
yeah, shut up, John. Dieter says, enter the Tsar Bomber. Here we go. A 50 megaton, and it was scaled down. Laugh out loud. Still made such a shockwave it caused damage thousands of miles away, and the boom went around the Earth 3 to 4 times. There we go. And it was at that point they went, enough's enough. We need to stop doing overground tests. This is getting silly.
Phenomenal looking aircraft. Isn't that elegant? This is that book I was talking about.
It looks
the glare.
flat.
Yeah.
June says, I just remembered a thought I had for parts broken off sprues. Once the part number is identified, fold it in masking tape and write the number on it, then put it in a box. Yeah. Sounds logical to me, Julian. Almost too logical. It's a pretty robust kit. I likes it, I does. 57. The better looking Marley says.
Mm-hmm.
Modders has fallen asleep.
No,
There
just StreamYard being an arse.
He says, Paul, John, you painted it backwards.
You know what? I sort of did because I was masking up the brown. What I was doing, I went about halfway through it and realised that, oh no, I was covering up the brown. So I had to then reverse it. So yes, I did mask it up backwards. And thank you for reminding me. I should be right now.
He's a good brother, isn't he?
No.
Duke says, that sounds like a competition winning idea, Julian. In says, laugh my ass off, Paul. Julian, yes, indeed. Enough of the overground nuclear tests. Let's do them underground and cause earthquakes and tsunamis instead. Splendid idea. Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Why not? Yes. Julian says, laugh out loud, Duke. Where the hell is this piece? Dieter says, imagine if they did not scale that bomb down. What bang for your buck you'd get. Yes.
A gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Seven. So, John, have you come up with a thumbnail for your show with Jim?
Not yet.
You could call it the J2P podcast.
The what?
John, Jim, and Paul. J2P.
J2P.
Yeah.
I could. Or I could not.
You could not. Yeah. That's always an option.
I don't know. I'll come up with something.
J squared. Seems to be one piece. Gosh, darn it. These are. Yeah. Right. 57. 53.
Where's my blade? Over there.
Dieter says, size J team. There you go. J4 because C4 is not powerful, bang enough. I think he's talking about your live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. It's got to be in here somewhere.
Ah, bugger. It's gone quiet.
Yeah. I'm doing a bit of reading here.
Yeah. People are concentrating.
Ow. Ow, my hip. Ooh, 50, 1 hour 46.
15 minutes left.
It's gone quickly.
Always does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you know those little grass tufts that I think it was Darren put in the recommended purchases, the poppy ones?
Yep.
I bought 2 packs of them.
I've got some of that. Nice little pack.
Yeah. Because I'm wanting to put the bike, once it's finished, on a little vignette in a poppy field.
Nice. This is
So
really
I've got-
annoying. Where the hell is this piece?
Yeah.
It's bright red, is it?
200 on the way.
It's all
'Cause
bright
they're-
red. It's bright red bloody sprue. Oh, it's supposed to be
Yeah.
there.
We'll look for something green.
Joe says, John, I'm working on my Bristol Bulldog Mark II, so I'll be reviewing your videos again after this is over.
Oh, don't do that if you want to build it properly. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Joe.
Okay, so
I should do some videos. I've got so many kits that are.
looks like
I mean,
that part is missing.
commercial break, says Ian. Yeah, because I've got to do one on I've got a Mirage here. I've got. Oh, still haven't done the Flying Fortress. Looking over at the bench. Flying Fortress, Hanley Page Hamden, Mirage 3E, Harrier, F104, and the MiG 23. I've got lots of videos to do. I should just do it.
Wait.
No. Where are my toothy picks gone?
Ian says commercial break.
Over there.
Dieter says, prepping tail of my greenish F-16C to get her decals. That will allow me to work easier next one. There we go. And he says, yeah, I want those poppies too.
Boom, boom.
Julian, apparently Moab, the mother of all bombs, is not the heaviest non-nuclear bomb in the US military arsenal. Massive ordnance penetrator, or MOP, weighing 30,000 pounds, the Moab only weighs 18,700. Only. There you go. Sounds so dodgy. Massive ordnance penetrator. Dieter, true but heavy is here, also measured in bang power. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really annoying me that part's missing.
You'll find
So
it.
it's doing so well. It goes. Yeah. I think it is actually missing from the kit, though. I think it's going to look good, though, when it's finished. Ooh, that's interesting. They go in there. And they sit on there. Hey, it's got its back wheels. June says, Kara here, be back in a bit. There we go.
By the time he's back, the stream will probably be over.
Yeah. Deed says Mop is designed as a super grand slam type and needs the weight as to slam through armor and concrete bunkers. Moab is not designed as a buster, but a HE type aerial weapon. Yes.
Dropped by Hercules.
Yes. Apparently, Model Workshop has got the Supercat Jaguar reduced to £54.
Ooh.
Ooh. It's a jet. Anyone who buys a jet deserves what they get. Jim
All right.
says,
So, Jim, we're going to move it back to Tuesdays after that comment.
let's have Julian and Hagrid host a live stream. The viewing audience will bring subjects they research for us and discuss what they find. Oh, God. That'll be funny. It's just like one massive pissing contest.
The sale on those poppy thingies is finished, so they're back up to £8.39. Whereas when I got them, they were like £1 something because it was 80% off for VE Day.
Yeah. I think I got mine for AliExpress. Back in the
day. I'm just waiting for them to
in my day.
actually ship them out.
In my day, I used to be able to do that, walking on my hands, pushing pee with my nose. That's what my granddad used to say.
Is he from Yorkshire?
Lancashire.
Close enough.
In my day. Yeah. Don't tell him that, though. He wouldn't thank you.
No. I wouldn't dream of it.
Proud Lancashire lad. Yeah. Working the ant bit. It's really annoying.
You still lost it, eh?
Yeah, it's definitely not in the kit. Which is bloody unfortunate because it's a piece it's really obvious that if it's missing.
It's also
Just the wheel hub. Yeah.
unlikely that Airfix would have one.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't care if they wouldn't have that part. The kit's too old. David says, now I have a cat here asking for food. Ooh, food sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
I'd like a talking cat. That'd be good.
Willow does talk, when she wants something. She's
Willow
asleep.
what? Sorry, when she wants something, Willow does what?
She shouts at me.
2 talking cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can have the cat orchestra.
She's currently asleep on the little radiator hammock I bought her the other day. Well, the other week.
They could do the frog song. There you go. Ian says, Lancashire and Yorkshire are too close to each other, and Yorkshire's getting closer. David says, back now, she just sits and stares. Dieter says, my British short hairs are trying to vocalize over meowing sometimes. Gave Nia and me a start when we heard them do it. Do you know what? I remember when I was living with my dad, my sister had a cat, and I stood in the bathroom one morning having a pee, and the window was open, and all I could hear was, wow, wow, wow. I was like, what the fuck? Who's in my garden? So when I finished, I popped my head over the window. It's the bloody cat stood at the door trying to get in.
Yeah.
Going, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Let
So
her
where
in,
I
it's
used
just
to
went,
live,
"Meow," and
on
walked.
the other side of the lake, yeah, the next door neighbour's cat would be hello, hello, and then every so often you hear it say hello, hi, and go back to hellos again. It was remarkable. Hi.
Clever animals. Very clever animals. Jim says, previous post wasn't meant as a trivial remark or a backhanded compliment. I'm impressed with Julian and Hagrid's natural talents for research and bringing those facts up for discussion.
As are we all.
I just think, yeah. I just think it'd be funny because it'd be like 1 hour long pissing contest. Well, we've got 3.5 minutes left. So let's go around the room, shall we? Mal, what have you managed to do today?
Nothing apart from I remembered I had this. This is going to be a hobnob search and rescue vehicle, and I discovered it's the Apocalypse tank from Border, and I just thought it would fit the job. I've dished the wheels, and I've cut down the blades and mine plows, so that I can make these front pieces into subsurface radar. To that end, to that end, I've found that my razor caps are perfect subsurface radar lookalikes in the scale. So I've got to modify the bits and pieces to fit them, but putting these pieces on because I want it to articulate. I ended up breaking off this pin, so I've just trying to work out how I can re-establish that pin so it will all work. And because I can't get because the undercarriage part there that it's attached to, of course, is one this side, and I can't get a drill into it. What I've actually just done is heated up a pin and managed to get that in to create some sort of a hole. So I'm going to fit a pin like that to a piece of round sprue or whatever of the right diameter, and then try and put that pin, super glue it back in the hole, and then attach the thing to it.
A pin like that.
So anyway, so that just like that, I might end up gluing it, or pinning it. I'll find another way of doing it. So that goes on there, and I've got a subsurface radar across the front. Yeah,
Right.
that's apart from that, I've done nothing.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
Yeah,
well
better than nothing.
Done. Wait, Rose, are you still there?
Yeah. What I've done today is I've helped Maria assemble and disassemble a jet washer. I've picked up the dog from the groomers, but more usefully, perhaps for me at least, is I've identified all the parts of the undercarriage spares that Airfix very, very kindly have sent me, so I can continue on my Jaguar this afternoon. And I've also liberated my 2 res kit AIM 9 lemurs. and there's the Airfix one for sort of comparison. So they're just a bit sharper, they're actually tiny, a little bit longer. The fins are obviously a lot thinner because they're 3D printed at high res rather than injection molded. And they come with covers for the sensors for when it's parked, which is what I'll be using. So that's what I've done so far.
Excellent. Cool. Thank you very much, Gary.
My pleasure. Thank you for asking.
I have put the back end on the fire truck and put the bits on it. So, starting to look a little bit like a vehicle now. There you go. Oh, and I painted that last night as well. The grill, radiator. It's all nice, brassy and stuff.
Yeah. Nice brass effect, right there.
Yeah, that's the Vallejo one. Vallejo Brassy Brass. It's called. There you go. John.
Hello. Well, as you can see, I'm just about done with the red brown, so it's looking very different now. But yeah, it's coming along, and the top of the wing, I've still got half of it to do, but you get the idea. So it's looking all right.
Way round.
Oh crap! Ah, now it's fine. Yeah, so it'd be like that. Yeah. We get the idea. You know,
sure.
like
He's put the Australian round
something
so
like
it looks
that.
like the kangaroos.
Yeah, but that's me. I'm just just getting all sorts of brown on that. So yeah, it's looking all right. This will chuff along pretty quickly now. Once I got this paint down, I can put the top wing on.
Awesome. The correct way, hopefully. Because we can't let you forget that, John.
No.
Excellent.
It's been jolly.
Comments before we go. Dieter. Jim, when you get a chance to pop in on a Wednesday live stream of Scale Models for Bets, 9 p.m. Central Eastern Time, GMT +1, my name comes up with Dieterpedia for that very reason. There you go. Jim says, Hagrid, very appropriate moniker for you, Dieter. Ian says, Dieterpedia, very good. Duke says, Julian and Hagrid, we are one day closer to the competition. Jim says, the fire engine looks great, Mikey. Thank you, buddy. I like it. I'm enjoying doing fire engines. Dieter says, every Wednesday, same time. Usually I join every week unless life needs me elsewhere. Dog Source says, hello, everyone. Time to go chop chop. Hello, Dog Source. Dieter, John was the wing right as the two holes on the top hold the machine gun. Funny position, still wonder how that ever worked.
It's 2 holes on top hold the machine gun.
What's going on, my friend?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Yeah. How the Foster mount works? Another time.
Yeah, maybe Thursday or something. Or even Wednesday. Julian says, how do we know, Duke? When does it start? Hagrid, do you know? Dieter says, oops, not 9 p.m., but 7 p.m. or 1900 hours. Yeah. Well, we chalked a training session up, didn't we, Julian? There we go. And Jim says, hi and bye, Dorksaurus. There we go. Right.
Well, that was quick.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Yes. We've not done too bad today. It's been quiet. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us on this very sunny day. We know you'd probably rather be outside enjoying the weather. Me and Modders will be back tomorrow with a motorbike build.
Yes.
Which will be fun.
I still love that thumbnail. It's my favourite thing in the
that'll
world.
be at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Have you seen the thumbnail, Gary?
Oh, the thumbnail. Yeah.
The thumbnail.
Born to be mild. Looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, so me and Tiff will be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. John will be back on Wednesday on his channel over at Scale Modelling Twins.
Wednesday.
And
With
then
the better-looking Marley
we'll be
and
back
Jim.
with Mr.
And
Morris,
anyone else,
the Crank and
if
Panda
anybody
Bargain.
else would like to join in, they'd be very welcome.
Yeah. 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 So this week it's the last of the Crank and Panda episode and the last episode of Model T as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be
Yeah.
fun next week.
Mm.
Right. Right. Well, shall see you all, or me and Tiff will see you all tomorrow at
Yep.
12 p.m. Bye, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Right.